Hey guys, some of y'all already may know this, some of you may be new to this channel, so let me just recap. I just wrapped up filming and sharing an entire journey going from Key West to San Diego, California on my motorcycle. This is a journey I motovlogged and filmed and edited all by myself, which means I didn't have a cameraman. So I had to get smart with how I filmed this journey. And gosh, so many of y'all sent in questions about how I'm filming this, what I'm using to film, and what advice I have for those of you wanting to start your own motovlogging. So today, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite tool for creating all these motovlogs. These videos wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the Insta360 cameras and all their accessories. Now that I've been motovlogging for a little while, I bounce between this 360 action cam and the Ace Pro 2. However, today, for your beginner's tutorial from me, let's focus on the Insta360 X5. Now, this is a new and improved version of the camera that I got started motovlogging on. I used the Insta X3 at first, upgraded to X4, and now I'm just receiving my X5. Which is so exciting because this camera has so many new upgrades and enhancements. I figured this is the perfect time to open this together and give you a rundown on how to get started in your own moto vlogging journey. Before we start filming with our new camera, we're going to have to charge her up. So this is where the battery and battery port is, sharing the same space with the micro SD slot. We'll get to that in a minute though. So I'm going to pop this battery back in, and I want to note that when you're placing the battery back in, you need to make sure the orange no longer shows. Orange indicates that the camera battery is not fully locked in, so you're going to want to press more firmly, and there, she's secure. In order to charge our battery, on the other side of the camera, there's a little slot for a C port plug. Lucky for us, the camera comes with its own accessories. In this box, we'll find a protective case, a cleaning cloth for our lens and screen, and, of course, the C port charging cable. Before we remove the camera from this box, I highly recommend getting a lens cap because you really want to protect the rounded lenses. Now with the new Insta360 X5, you can replace the lenses, which is a brand new feature. It's such a peace of mind knowing that we can do that, but we don't want to if we don't have to, right? Get the lens cap. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Before we start filming for the first time, we want to make sure our camera is fully charged. So we're going to plug her in until we see the charge light turn green, indicating that she's at 100%. And just like we saw on the other side with the battery, if you see orange, press a little bit more firmly so you know your camera is fully sealed. Alright, now that we're ready to film, I highly recommend getting an Insta360 micro SD card rather than a regular micro SD card. Now you can get the regular micro SD cards. I don't recommend it though because sometimes they don't process the footage quickly enough and they either stop recording or turn off your camera. So I highly recommend getting the Insta360 SD cards because they will be able to keep up with your footage and work fast enough to process all the new images. So now that our camera is charged and we're turning her on for the first time, we're going to select our language of choice. You're also going to want to download the Insta360 app. If you don't have it, take a moment to pause this video, download it, and then we can proceed together. Our next step is to connect the camera's Bluetooth. Now immediately the camera is going to want its software updates. We're going to give it a few minutes to do so. And lastly, you're going to see a prompt offering iCloud storage and automatic camera backup. This is a new option offered by Insta360, and take it from someone who had 2 of her cameras stolen. It's worth it to back up your files. So now for the fun stuff. How do you want to set up your Insta360 on your motorcycle for the best moto vlogging angles? I'm going to show you some different options on where you can place your Insta360 and what kind of view it's going to give you and your audience. If you want a motovlog, I highly recommend getting the Action Invisible Selfie Stick and the Heavy Duty Clamp. I'll show you why. This selfie stick is perfectly designed to fit at the bottom of the Insta360 camera. I'm going to screw in the selfie stick, and it gives the invisible aspect to the selfie stick because the two lenses will not be able to see directly beneath the camera. It's going to give this effect. Cool, right? Next, you want to grab your heavy duty clamp. Now, you may also notice she came with a few tools. In this case, we won't need any of the adaptive screw-on head or the Allen wrench, but I do recommend using this tool to tighten our clamp wherever we place it so the vibrations of the motorcycle don't cause it to move. At the bottom of this selfie stick, there's already a screw, so it can go directly on to the heavy-duty clamp. We like ease in our setups, don't we? This clamp is super helpful because you can have like options on where you want to prop her up and how you want to angle her. So now I want to put this camera on the front, and this is where the little tool the clamp came with will come in handy, because with the vibrations of the motorcycle, it can loosen itself up if it's not like a really good tightness. So I'm just going to kind of crank it down a little extra, and now we're good to go. All right. Now you're mounted on the front of my bike. Let's go take a little cruise to show you what this angle looks like for us. You can even see the like faint colors of the rainbow up there. I mean, come on, that's cool. Okay, now let's show a different angle, shall we? All right, she is snug right there. So here we are with the shortest extension of the 360, but we can't get all the way out here. Now personally, I prefer keep it right there. Let's go for a spin again. Size. Not bad, right? Let's just do a small adjustment. Let's just loosen up this baby. And we'll pivot you back. Pause. Notice how my license plate is blurred out? Well, through the Insta360 app or Editing Studio, you can select Enable Plate Blur, and Insta360 will take all the think work out of it for you and make sure your plate is not visible. Ideal for motovlogging.
We're gonna get that rear angle. So this time I will extend you further out. Pop, pop, pop. And here we go. So we got you all the way mounted back, full extension there. Now, if I were gonna go longer distance, what I would wanna do is double secure this somehow. One time on my Jigster, I had tried a rear angle like this, and by the time I got home, this part of the invisible selfie stick was melted. It started to vibrate a little loose and rest itself on my exhaust, which melted the stick. So my advice is to double secure it, maybe use some zip ties or something. Because we're at this angle, I'm just gonna triple check. She's tight, she is. Let's go. Are we filming? Yes.
Isn't this camera the coolest? This Insta360 X5 is a game changer for motovlogging. With all the ways you can mount the camera, change perspective of your footage, and of course get the very crisp and cool hands-free videos while you just enjoy a ride, this camera beats all others for motovlogging. So there you go, my beginner's advice for how to start motovlogging your own adventures, or even just using these cameras as a dash cam to record your rides. Capture something funny, capture something serious, protect yourself on these rides. The Insta360 X5 is the go-to tool, especially with all of these new upgrades and all the new possibilities of what you can do with changing out your lenses, replacing your lenses, this new body design, and of course all the different ways you can mount your Insta360 X5 to get all sorts of angles, capture all sorts of rides. This camera has been a game changer for me. It makes creating content not just fun, but so easy that it's actually sustainable. If it weren't for Insta360, I don't even know how I would share my journeys. So to be able to have hand-free operation and both hands on my handlebars, I feel so much peace of mind knowing that I have everything around me recorded, and I can just go in later and change the screen perspective, the point of view perspective, the angles, zoom in, zoom out. It's so easy. So I've loved this product. This video is sponsored by Insta360, but I've been using their products religiously before we ever began working together. I don't promote things I don't believe in, so I really am obsessed with these products. I know you guys will be too, and I can't wait to hear about your experience with these Insta360 cameras, specifically the X5. You can come back and thank me later in the comments. I'll leave my code in the description box below so you can either save some money or get some extra perks from Insta360 when you use my code upon checkout. If I was able to give you any advice or insight that you found helpful, it would really help me if you give this video a like and a comment so that Insta360 knows that their partnership with me is bringing benefit to them. And we're all one big happy YouTube family. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Ride safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.